Now I have the intake I wanted to use originally, which is a inline 2.4 barrel. Is the only thing that looks proper on a street Hemi. The original intake and carbs, as you remember, was a AFBs, dual AFBs on a dual plane intake. And then Keith Black came out with what he called a marine intake, which was two Holleys inline. This is it was on a dual plane. This is a stage 5, which is a kind of a knockoff of the marine intake, except it is single plane. So things are a little bit different. I've never run a dual Holleys inline before, and I've seen throttle linkage for the stage 5 intake for sale that was staged like the original street Hemis, which, you know, you open the primaries of this carburetor first before going all the way opens all 8 barrels. Whereas, but on a, and I don't even know if this is true or not, but on a single plane intake, I was once told that you want to tie them together where you have these primaries working and these, I guess, because you don't have the dual plane thing going on for you. But I don't know. If I ever try to run this in a car, I can find out, or I can talk to some people who have some experience at that and tell me if the staged throttle linkage works good. Obviously, this is going to be very difficult to drive, kind of touchy, shall we say. You're opening 4 barrels at once, so you're not going to, this probably won't be a gas mileage champ. But I had to fabricate a linkage here to connect these. I think to properly do this, I think I'm going to have to warm it up first, get the chokes wide open, get it where it's idling on its own. I think I need to synchronize the carburetors first, and then, so they're setting on the idle stops, and then tie the linkage together here, and then I got to put a little lock on it here where it'll lock. But I think that's the way you're supposed to do this. I'll have to play with that a little bit, but that's what I'm thinking right now is warm it up, get these synchronized, throttles on the idle stop. If I tried to put it on right now like I had it a while ago, well, I don't know if this one's on the idle stop or this one's on the, I don't think that's going to work. I think I need to sync them first, then bolt them together. And one of the problems with this is it doesn't have a stock looking air cleaner for these because the carburetors are too long. The stage 5 intake, you can get a stock looking intake, a stock looking air cleaner, if you'll run the Edelbrock carburetors, which if I was going to put this in a car, maybe I would go that way. Then you can have I don't like the little air cleaners, you know, they don't look like they flow enough air. So that's my plan. I've got the chokes wired in, and I've had to make a little, I didn't make it actually, I just found this little return spring bracket, and so I will get this warmed up and checked out. Well, I've got it warmed up, and that all seemed to work out okay. I did find it interesting how hard it sucked the synchro gizmo down when I was checking it, and I'll show you that. The only thing I can think of is the plenum was so large on that cross ram that it didn't affect it as much as this. When I check this one, wow, it sucks it down there. We'll give it a little shot here. Well, I've been fighting this for the past hour. Just couldn't get everything right. It just surging everything I tried. I went rich, I went lean, I did everything humanly possible. I thought it was like it had a vacuum leak. It'd go way up and it'd come way down. I retorqued the intake. I looked around. Well, this plug on the back here, that's what it looked like. Well, no wonder. Now let's try this again. I think I have it better now. Just tie them back together. I think everything's like it should be. I think everything's done on this project now, except I need to set the fast idle when it's cold. So I'll have to come out in the morning and start it cold. Check. Right now the front carburetor is using more air, so I assume that it needs to be idled down, and then I can keep going back and forth and get them synchronized on the fast idle, and then I think everything will be fine. I think this looks more proper.